This is FPR.
Hey guys, it's Sean from Futures Public Radio. Today I'm joined by producer Young Metro.
Hey, what's up?
Or most of you might know him, Mel Kurji.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Young Metro, but you already know, otherwise known as Mel, your boy from 8th grade. I'm a producer, 13-year-old producer from Cameroon, straight out from Central Africa. I've been producing for about 3 years now, and I love music. Let's get started.
What or who inspired you to become a producer?
Well, since I travel all around, since I've traveled in some places, mostly in Africa, I think music has basically come from everywhere, because I don't only listen to music from my country. I also listen to pop, house, and other types of music. So lately, since I've only been doing house and hip hop and trap, I've been trying to include some of my culture into my beats, and that style of music is called Afro trap. So I'm really excited and looking forward to making something out of it.
And I noticed immediately your producer name, Young Metro. How has that? Is there like a story behind that name?
Yeah, like every producer has a story behind your name. I mean, me, basically, in Metro Boomin, he was a source of inspiration to me. So he has a beat tag, and his beat tag goes, if Young Metro don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. Yeah. So whenever people would listen to my beat, they would go, hey, this guy, Young Metro, and all. And I was like, hey, thanks. But really, I just stuck with the Young Metro part, and because my friends would literally associate Young Metro with me all the time.
Okay. So do you feel like your job as a producer is difficult, or do you find it like kind of, it's mostly for fun?
Well, it's not technically a job since I don't make money off of it. It's fun. It's lit. It's very entertaining, but I can't spend all my time doing this since I have to study for school and all. But it's mostly entertaining if you're really passionate about it.
And do you think that passion drives you to make music?
Oh yeah. This is what really got me into making music, and I never stopped. I've been making this for I think almost 3 years now.
So over this course of 3 years, what was your favorite track that you've released?
Well, I didn't really name it, but it's a little demo I got. I think it's up to now. It's the best thing I've made.
Okay. Do you mind playing it for us?
Oh, sure. Okay. Oh, alright guys, if you like what you hear, don't forget to check out my SoundCloud channel, follow me, and leave a thumbs up, comment, like. I'm starting a YouTube channel soon, so if you got questions about that, come ask me about my music, anything, I'll be there.
As I was listening to this, to the song, I've noticed that everything sounds like so complex. It sounds so complicated. And as a producer, how would you like explain that?
It's not as complex if you know what you're doing and if you had the right tools. It's not as complex because I've asked myself the same question while I was a little younger. How it sounds so complex, especially for dubstep. You've noticed how the melodies are so complicated and crazy. It's not that crazy if you know what they're using and if you know what you're doing, basically.
So, you were talking about the right tools. Do you use an application or some other tool to make your music?
Yeah, I use FL Studio. FL stands for Fruity Loops Studio. Well, the way I got this is since I was a little younger, I think at least I think I was 11, I've been asking myself, what tools do these producers use? So I went up to a friend who was making music. His name was Peacewise, and he told me, use FL Studio. And I wasn't quite sure. I went to another person, and he told me FL Studio. So I jumped for it. I started using FL Studio, and turns out that most of my inspirations, they use this same tool. So I just said, oh yeah, I need to use this. If they use it, I'll use it too.
So, what would you say for the other people watching? How, like, what would you tell them? Like, people that are getting inspired by you, what would you want to tell them? Like a message that you'd send to them?
Oh, jump for it. It's great. If you have passion, it's you should definitely start doing it. And the thing is, if you really have passion, you gotta go with it until you. I think there's no actual limit. As long as you like it, you can go with it for like ever.
Okay. So, would you consider being a producer as your whole-time job in the future?
I'm not too sure about that, but I've noticed it's something I do a lot. Well, maybe someday, but I'm kind of a geek too, since I'm really fond of computers and technology. Maybe someday I'll just decide to make this my job. Someday.
Someday.
Yeah.
So, my final question, is that, do you mind showing us, like, kind of the different steps that you take to make your music?
Oh, sure. I have this little summer vibe-ish track. It's a tropical house type track. It's very nice and not too complicated. And I kind of messed with it a bit. And check it out.
Okay. So, is it okay if I turn your computer?
Oh, sorry.
So, all of these different modules, could you like kind of briefly explain what they are exactly?
Well, that piano you hear at the beginning, I pulled this straight out from this plugin called Nexus. It's really great. This is what I started with. This was my first plugin. I still use it today. So this is how that piano basically sounds. Sorry, I have to play louder.
Okay.
So I just started with this basically. Then I got inspired by this tropical house DJ. His name is Kygo. I think that's how you say his name. Then once you have the chords, you'll move, and then once you have this chord, you have to start making this very nice melody that sounds tropical, summer-ish.
Gotcha.
So this is how it sounds.
Awesome. So, thank you for your time today, and thank you for educating all of us, including the people watching, on how exactly producers make their music. And thank you, Mount. Thank you for everything. And
No, you're welcome.
until next time, this is Futures Public Radio.
Doses.